You know, Larry, I'm glad you're here with me today because when I woke up this morning and I got this call that was, you know, calls started coming yesterday.
What?
They was like, do you know what's going on? You know, and you know, I'm the type of person I try to discern from all the different outlets what's going on in the city, how everybody want to come about, and, you know, let me tell you what's going on before it go on. And, you know, so I was able to get, you know, an early jump on yesterday when they started questioning the amount that was going to have to be returned by Baltimore City Homeless Services. So we're not at the $9.5 million no more.
No.
So they done settled it down to $3.7 million. Hey, even number, it can clean off some homeless people off the streets in my book. You know, I come to you guys today because it's really about facts with me, Baltimore. It's about true facts. It's about the things that's been going down in this city for almost 2 years now when it comes to the Baltimore Homeless Services. And the more, when you look at the facts, it will help you stay focused, people, because again, I respect every entity that was able to come on and clarify mismanagement, misused, misdocumented, whatever type of the words that people need to use to gratify this situation. I'm here with the facts, Larry.
Right.
And that's all I'm talking about. And when you look at the facts from day one, to me, it starts November 2012 when I first addressed the 10-year Journey Home Plan. What is a 10-year Journey Home Plan when you got so many homeless people in the street? What is a 10-year Journey Home Plan when, you know, we're dealing with a homeless population who is just flopping all over Baltimore City seeking and looking for services? What was this 10-year Journey Home Plan? That was day one for me. That was in 2012.
Right.
Then we had March 2013 when I encountered I-83. Wow, how can 12 people be living outside for 5 years, Baltimore City? 5 years. And y'all got a 10-year Journey Home packet. Facts for me. Wow. Why do I have to address this issue? Then you got the issue with the JHR and the homeless environment and the cold blue. And I say this because it's about facts around here. There's no need of piggybacking on something and supporting something any longer. So again, this $7.3 million, they could call it mismanaged. They can say the documentation wasn't right. The facts is that we have a population of homeless people in Baltimore City suffering. And as of this morning, the last time I checked, in the snow, they still sleeping on healthcare to homeless steps.
Wow.
So again, you know, you can't come and justify this. Why is it $3.7 million missing? Because the facts are what it is. You go along the 420 corridor, you got homeless people. You go under the I-83, they're starting back sleeping on this corridor. So again, this is not a situation that should be justified with just people that's taught and trained on what to say. The facts should settle in way from November the 12th when we started talking about the Journey Home 10-year packet. This packet, bogus, not in existence, not effective, did not even have an executive director. 5 years into the plan, this packet was bogus.
Real tough.
I sat before Director of Homeless Services and I told them, this plan is bogus. How can you have a plan with so many co-chair people and it's not effective? So again, Ms. Flowers became the problem at this point, Larry.
Wait a minute.
And
the problem.
Today is more, it's just touching me so personal today because I feel like I have been subjected to the slander, to the gossip, to the false accusations. When you talk about people just making up stories, I've had someone come in my office as a volunteer to steal vital documents.
Are you serious?
Steal documents.
What's their name?
Take them to resources. And they took these resources to people to have individuals to allow me to know that people around me is doing this. So, you know, I have to learn in this past year, as quiet and as humble as I have been, people are just on an urge to come after Miss Flowers.
They're trying to take you down.
As much as they try to come after Miss Flowers, they don't even realize the facts is exposing itself. You know, I ain't create this $3.7 million.
Wow.
Now today it's in the news.
In the news.
So everybody get to read about it.
Right.
So again, I tell you, I was telling the brother that leads off before me, he's so direct. Like, he's just really, really out there. Like, he jump hope. So I was listening to him come to work today, and it's like, wow, he really hits a lot of true points, because we like to hear people talking. Talk. And one day it's going to come up where you may not hear Miss Flowers no more. Because, you know, this is the radio station. Somebody might get tired and want to pull a plug on me around here. I don't know. So at the same time, like, we got to gain the support. We got to gain what's real around here. That's why I keep my information out there. My office, 2526 North Charles Street. My phone number, 443-570-9064. And it's really about us coming together and just not selling for somebody just telling you anything. Because basically, we kicked off Saturday, Larry. We kicked off the Real Care Providers Network. And you know my office. My office ain't that big.
Right.
My office was standing room only Saturday. People were there, really in tune to support the Real Care Providers Network. And the biggest thing, I like to send out cadoodles. Travis, Pastor Steve, who was there. Not only was Pastor Steve there, he picked up the torch, because one of the things with the Real Care Providers Network, we want to go out and start supporting one another. You know, we don't want Kim Trueheart going to the Board of Estimates meeting by herself. We don't want somebody attending functions and don't have the support of people. So, you know, cadoodles to Pastor Steve. And when his event come up, we're going to make sure we in the house supporting it, because one of the main factors why we got so much disconnect is because we don't support one another. We don't be there for one another like we need to be. And again, this is Real Talk Baltimore. I don't know how you feel, but today I'm just not feeling the pacifying none of my listeners. I'm not pacifying nobody. It's really about taking action in this situation. And you shouldn't have to look in the Sun News to know what's going on with the homeless population, because I've only been speaking about it for about 13 months now.
Over a year?
Over a year.
Wow.
March the 7th, it will be a year
just coming out
since
the light.
I-83. So again, call in, 410-481-1010. We could talk about it. We could address it. But my thing today is action, action, action. And I get enough of this. You know, it's almost like I done adopted a hatred chord, because I say that because yesterday I had an opportunity to sit down. You know, I'm a humble person. I'm humble. So I said, let me reach out again to our new executive director, Miss Adrian Bernstein. I reached out to her, had a meeting with her yesterday. So I sat in the meeting, down to homeless services again, and every time I tell myself I'm going to stop reaching out to these people, I'm going to stop, because it's obvious that they're going to have their own understanding in their mind when it comes to Belvedere and Miss Flowers. And so I, you know, went against the grain, and I had another meeting. And sitting in this meeting, and you could tell body language, you could tell people personalities, you can tell when people is really not trying to hear what you're trying to say. So basically, I'm sitting before her, and I'm like, look, my biggest issue is, tell me, help me, guide me, mentor me, instruct me on what it is actually that you guys are looking for out of provider in Baltimore City. Because I feel like I can be the pilot program. I say create a pilot program, you know, mentor me on what I need to do, you know, give me some insight. And, you know, she's sitting there and she say, well, we don't have no money. I'm not talking about money. I didn't even ask you about money, lady. I'm talking about mentorship.
Did you say lady?
I said, I'm not. It really
Did you say lady
off.
for real?
It threw me off because the first thing she said, well, we don't have money for you, Miss Flowers. So that lets me know in my mind, all they think Miss Flowers is looking for is the money of the situation. And that's not it at all. It's just about, I'm trying to get in the heads to understand what is it that Baltimore City Homeless Service is looking for out of care providers. Because I'm not going to be addressed as a service provider. They got 151 service providers in Baltimore City. And out of these 151 service providers, no one could demonstrate leadership by moving them 12 people off the street. No one demonstrated leadership by moving the people off of health care to homeless steps. So now I'm starting to think there's some kind of conspiracy. Like, is this a conspiracy? Do people supposed to stay homeless so they can do what they need to do? So again, I'm sitting here. Give me some guidance then. And it's so interesting because a part of the story in the Sun paper and what the spokesperson said this morning was they have an issue with tracking and documentation. The money has not been stolen. They have an issue with tracking and documentation. So the first words that came out of the executive mouth to me yesterday, how is your tracking system? Now, if I didn't knew this story yesterday when I sat in there with them, I would have asked them, how is your tracking system?
Wow.
Because apparently their tracking system ain't good. Anytime $3.7 million done slip through their fingers. But when she asked me this, I went into saying, well, okay, we use a lot of outside researchers. We use a lot of outside people to, provide services.